back to Take It Slow Homestead. I'm Carol, and we're going to UpPot some plants today. Now, when I first heard the word UpPot, which wasn't too long ago, I wasn't really sure what they were talking about. What does that mean, UpPot? What's an UpPot? In our gardens of the past, we normally would plant almost everything from seed, except a few things like tomatoes and green peppers, and we would go buy those from the nursery and plant the little plants. And then I started planting some seeds in pots myself at home, not just to save a few dollars on the purchase of plants from the nursery, but just to see if I could do it. And I could. But then I would end up with these little tiny plants, and when it was time I would plant them outside and baby them and protect them from the frost and the wind and whatever. And sometimes we would have success and sometimes not. Well, then I learned that all that UpPotting means, if there's anybody out there besides myself who didn't know this before, it just means to transfer your little tiny baby seedlings that you have grown from seeds into a little bit larger pot. And you can even UpPot that later on to an even larger pot if you want to. Here is a 6-pack that I planted some marigold seeds in. There you go. And these need to be UpPotted into bigger pots. It's almost the end of our cold season. We've already passed our last average frost a couple of days ago, but I still like to wait till about June 1st before I put the tender things out. Now, marigolds aren't too tender, but still, I'm going to wait. So I'm going to UpPot these today, which just means I'm going to transfer these seedlings to a little bit larger pot. Now, the reason why we do that is so that they will have more room for their roots to get stronger. Okay? And if you have a bigger pot with more soil in it than these little 6-packs, then you can have a better place for your little seedling roots to grow bigger, and in turn the tops of the plants will grow bigger also, and you'll just have healthier plants because they're bigger and stronger. Kind of like people, I guess. If we're allowed to reach out and have plenty of room in which to grow, then we will be able to thrive and learn more and be stronger because more is offered to us. So, kind of the same thing. Now, I'm going to get some pots ready and we will UpPot these little seedlings. I have a big, a big pail here. It's a container and it's full of potting soil. Now, this right here was a pot that I had already UpPotted something. I can't remember what it was. And the little plant died in here. I don't know if it didn't get enough water or what the problem was, but it died. So I'm just going to return that soil to this bin. Now, I'm also going to wet this down a little because I want to have fairly moist soil to begin with. So I'm just going to mix that up a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Now I have this size, which is like the one I just emptied actually. I also have this size. I noticed one of them was, where'd that go? Oh, right there. This one's got a a crack in it right there. But you know what? That doesn't matter. You can still use things like that. You don't always have to think that you need perfect supplies for gardening. Just look around your yard and whatever, and your neighbor's yard. Go dumpster diving. Whatever you need to do. You don't always have to buy new stuff. Okay, this cell right here just has one marigold start in it, so I'm going to use that one. Oh, guess what? 2 of them fell out. Look at that. Okay, here's the one, and I've just made a little hole in there in the soil. I'm going to put that start in there, try to keep some soil around the roots. But sometimes the soil will fall away from your roots. There we go. And you can still plant your plants anyway. I watched someone planting some tomato seedlings one time, separating them, up-potting them, and they just split the little tomato seedlings apart, and the roots were just like hanging there in the air, and it didn't hurt them at all. They just took them and put them into their new pot, and they were fine. They thrived. Okay, let's put some soil in this one. This one's a little bit bigger. Now, these right here fell out of the 6-pack. They were growing together in one cell. So I'm just going to put that one there. We'll put this one in here. Press it down just a little bit, not too much. Okay, and there's that little one. We'll do another one. Oops. Even the best potting soil I can find still has sticks in it. If you can find potting soil that's not full of what they call forest material, if it says forest material, you can be sure that it's got sticks from the forest. All right, there it is. That's all there is to it. I think I'll put my hand over those so they don't fall out. These are the ones right here that I'm trying to get out now. And there's 3 of them right there. Okay. So I think I'll just get 3 of these smaller ones. Oh, there's another thing I was going to show you, which I think is really interesting. Let me take this one, put it in here, finish this little one, and then I will show you that it's good to up-pot your plants because they have a better chance to grow. Let me show you. Okay, I put these 2 marigolds in this bigger 6-pack. You can see that the cells are quite a bit bigger, probably twice as big as these cells here. But when I up-potted these, where's my marker? Okay, maybe I wrote on the side. Well, whatever those are, dang it, it might be broccoli. Anyway, I just had those 4 and I had these 2 blank cells, and I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and put 2 marigolds in there. So I transferred 2 marigolds into there, and you can see how much better they have grown than the ones that I'm working with now. If we can just compare those 2 right there. Can you tell the difference? See that? So, like I mentioned last year with my eggplant, if your instructions say to up pot at a certain time or to plant outdoors at a certain time, you should do it because your plants will grow a lot better. Last year, the eggplants that I put outside when I was supposed to, they grew about, I don't know, I'd say at least 10 times bigger than the ones that I still had in their little starting pots in the house. So get your things outside as soon as possible, but be wise and do it when the weather conditions are right for that particular plant. And you'll have more success. I have some other things that I need to either put outside or up pot. Well, I've already up potted some of these. I think they just need to go outside and maybe have a little protection, you know, like a milk carton or something like that. These are cabbage, and look at that. Can you believe I did that? Wow. Grew those nice cabbages. These started out in 6-packs, and then I up potted them to these bigger 6-packs. And they really like it. And I also, this year for the first time, I put my plants under grow lights during the night and then in a sunny window during the day. And that has really helped also. This is the first year I've used grow lights. I just had some lights that used to be my under cabinet lighting, and I didn't need them anymore, so I thought, well, I will see if they'll work as grow lights. And they worked really well. They're, oh, is that 2? That's 2. Oh my goodness. They're so tiny. These under cabinet lights that I used for grow lights are fluorescent, so they didn't put out any heat, which is fine, but they kept light on the plants during the night, so plants had plenty of light. I'm putting a very tiny one in this up pot that is way bigger than what it needs. I'll show you that. So my little tiny plant, where are you? Right there. See that? So hopefully it will grow where it's planted. It will fill up that space that I just gave it and flourish and be beautiful. Also, I'm hoping that these marigolds will be instrumental in keeping, wow, there's 2 more in. That little 6-pack cubicle had a lot of marigolds in it. It had like 4 of them. This one has 4 in it. I'm gonna go get 4 more of these, up pot those. Oh, and that one right there that I forgot about. So there's 5. I need 5 more. Yeah, I'm gonna get 5 more of this size for these marigolds. And then after they have a chance to continue to grow in my sunny window here and under the grow lights, we'll check them again at a later date. And also today, there's one more thing that I'm going to up pot today. Out of all of the pepper plants that I started, these are the only ones that have germinated, at least so far. You can see that they're all leaning to one side because that's toward the window. And with these, I also use something that I've never used before, which is a heat mat. These go into a tray, and then the tray holds the water, any water that seeps through. And then under that tray, you put the heat mat. So it doesn't get anywhere near water or anything because it's an electric mat. It's covered in plastic. It's very safe to use, and it provides heat. And they say that pepper plants like it nice and warm, nice and sunny, and a lot of water. But I'm going to up-pot these also. And I grabbed some more of these white ones. You can see that it looks like the last time I used them, I don't know what I used them for, but man, maybe my grandkids used them. They're kind of muddy, which doesn't matter. You can use muddy things if you're growing seeds and plants and things like that. You know, that's what they live in, is mud. And so it doesn't matter if you have muddy, dirty pots. I know a lot of people think they have to wash them out every year, and they look nicer if you do. But as long as you're not growing any bugs, or, you know, if you have a dry climate, an arid climate, then you're not going to, these will not be dangerous to just reuse again without even washing or rinsing. So, just to prove it, I'm going to use these just like they are. Thanks for joining me today as I up-potted some little plants. So now, as far as I know, everything that needs to be up-potted is up-potted. And remember that as you're doing all of your up-potting, whether it's with your plants or with yourself, remember that even when you take it slow, you can accomplish a lot. Thanks for watching.